Hello, welcome to BrainX TV GH News Flash. My name is Efia Safwa Kantimpo. In the news, 393 recruits graduate from the Paramedic and Emergency Training School at the Nkin Castle, forming the 11th batch of recruits since its establishment. The ceremony also saw the outdooring of the new camouflage uniform and the band for the National Ambulance Service. In attendance was the Deputy Minister for Health, the MP for Offenso North, the CEO for Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, the DCE for Offenso North, and others. In an interview with the Deputy Director for Training and Development, Mrs. Fati, she was excited about the ceremony and had this to say.
Today's program has been very, very, very colorful. It's been very, very beautiful. I must say, our trainees have really made us proud. They've shown that all the 1 year training that we took them through has really, really, really paid off. The way they smartly marched, the way they smartly simulated has been a very great one. And I think today was a day to crown it all. Today was a day to climax all the hard work that we've put into them. A lot of things are different. Not to say the others haven't been too good, but today's one is one that I think will remain in history. The first one, I think we all saw it, is about the fact that we outdoored our band. Our band, I must say, it's a baby to National Ambulance Service. It's a baby to the Training and Development Unit. And the camouflage, it's a beautiful thing. There are leaders who would say that, oh, you come up with ideas and then they just trash it. Mr. Zakaria has really made sure that all that we come up with, all the ideas we come up with, go forward. For instance, with the uniform, it's not the camouflage, I mean. MTAC came up with it, and he didn't just say MTAC, let it die. He gave them the courage to go on, and today we've seen a very beautiful, uniform outdoored, the band outdoored, and very soon you'll see all our EMTs, all the EMS fraternity wearing the camouflage. Started from, I must say, just in our own unit, training and development unit. Oh, bring this, bring that, put things together. We're all to the committee level where we are the ones making sure everything is put together and all that. From the committee level, even to the school, on the D-Day is where we have to put all those efforts together. And it's not been easy. It's really, really been hard. But the good thing is that we are happy it came out well. So we even forget about the tedious aspect of it. Yes. So it's been good. So for this particular group, it's a year program. So we have the EMT basics and then we have the advanced. So I'd like to concentrate on this group because they just passed out. And DS is for 1 year and they do the 6 months classroom. And then they do the 6 months attachment, which is hospital and then the station attachment. So that's 3 months, 3 months. And then the classroom also, we do 3 months, 3 months, making it the 6 months. So all in all, we have a year program. And it's not just about the classroom and attachment. We have a blend of, we call ourselves the paramilitary. So we have a bit of, the drill here, the PT here, just to make sure they have that discipline in them. It's not all about you coming to do the medics and all. You should be able to put that, for want of a better word, that hardcoreness in them so that they can be all around. I am happy for them. Is to say congratulations to them. Is to say that as they step out of these grounds, like they know, or they always say, hard at grounds and easy on the field. So as they step out, I wish them all the best. And I pray that they just don't let all that we've trained them go to waste. They should let us see it reflect on the field. And I'm sure one day, we would have them coming out as paramedics, which is our ultimate.
In a similar interview, the Deputy Director for Public Relations, Mr. Simon Skera, outlined the importance of the ceremony and challenged all students to lift the image of the service.
Today's passing out parade for batch 11. It is one of the, if I can say, it is one of the best among all the passing out we have been doing here at the training school. In fact, it is one of the best. If I want to rate it, it will be about 100% because one, all the dignitaries that who were expected, they have all arrived, and the program, everybody, everything was on point. You can see the dignitaries, the military commander, the CEO for Komfo-Anokye, regional director, of Ghana Health Services, all the people that matters, and we need them at the program to make it very successful. We're there. So if I want to rate it, and looking at our people, the graduates who passed out today, they were looking smart, very beautiful, well dressed, and most the colorful aspect of the whole thing was our the bands, the regimental band. You see, the new color, the new dress that were common that they were wearing was superb, and I'm telling you, um, in the subsequent passing out is going to be one of the best. The advice I have for them, they are going out there. You know, information management is very, very, very important. They should learn from their seniors that are on the field. Every little information, they need to protect it. They should follow the instruction. We have a code of conduct that we are going to distribute to them. It should be their guide, their Bible. It should be their second Bible. If you are a Christian, it should be your second Bible. If you're a Muslim, it should be your second Quran. The service in the next 2 years, you know, we have a very affable chief executive officer in the person of Professor Ahmed Nuhu Zakaria. This man is full of wisdom. If I can say, in our modern day or modern world, or in the ambulance world, he's a King Solomon. So he has the wisdom of King Solomon to transform ambulance service. Look at where we are coming from and up to where we are. We lack so many things. And I can tell you today, people who are not part of the service will say, hey, ambulance service pa na edruse. Yes. So ambulance service na edruse, no, it will go beyond edruse to a point that people will not recognize. Institutions that started 1,000 years ago or 100 years ago, I think they'll come back to learn from ambulance service based on the skills, the knowledge, and the wisdom that the good old professor is having. And then if you're working under this man, you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. So, and the team that he has put in place, we shall also commit, dedicate ourselves to the service or the operations of the ambulance service to ensure that in near future it becomes one of the best institutions in Ghana. It is in the pipeline. The CEO is planning to add the study of paramedic to this school so that people will come and learn. They will, instead of going out there to train our paramedics, we will train them here at the paramedic and emergency care training school. And I'm sure next 2 years this will materialize and everybody will say, yeah, ambulance service is working. And at the end of the day, we'll give kudos to the CEO and the minister, the sector minister for health, Honorable Kukwa Jumamenu. And at the end of the day, it is the state, the president of the republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will be given the credit. So that is what we are expecting for next 2 years.
The head of simulations underscored the need for graduates to challenge themselves out there.
A paramedic and serving as a clinical auditor for the service. Oh yeah, it's great. So far, we are only three so far in the service now in the country. So it's a great privilege to be a paramedic because that is the apex of the EMS in Ghana. Oh yes, I think it went well, particularly as a head of simulation. I can praise myself that my people did well. But as I went round, officers are commenting on what happened today. So I would say it went well. It's a lot. It's just like any other thing that you see elsewhere. It's start from a scratch before you can put everything together as you can see. Let's say, for instance, I'm going simulation. All the EMTs went through a lot of classroom work, a practical for various skills one by one. Then, as we start preparation for the simulation, we took them first through how to treat the various injury. And then from there, we move on to how to put all together, how to respond to a mass casualty incident So it's like something they have to learn from, let's say, put all together because they learn them as a individual skills. Now they have to put everything together before they can exhibit as they did today. So it take a lot. So it take about almost 4 weeks for us to prepare them as the way they did today. Yes. But generally, as they're going to the field, the seniors are there that have more experience in those things already, so they'll go there and learn. So basically, this is how it is. Yeah, they're still learning. They should go out there and raise the image of the service high because, our CEO has been a mentor to all of us. So as they're going out there, they should go and keep the name as it is now, or make it better, but not to make it worse. So that would be my advice to them. All that they learn, they should go and put it to use because we are here to save life. And if all that we taught them, they should be able to follow up, it means that they can go there and save more life. But if they should forget about it, it means that at the end of the day, all that they learn here become useless. So that is my advice to them. They should go out there and raise the service image high out there in the public. In the public. Before we go, I want to take opportunity to say a big thank to my CEO for the opportunity. I was given the opportunity to take care of the simulation team, so I give him that thumbs up for the opportunity. Thank you.
The administrator for the school also shared his experience over the years.
My name is Vitus Agongo. I'm the principal advanced EMT, and I'm the administrator of the paramedic and emergency care training school in King Council. Yeah, looking at things, if you have been here on the grounds or if you have been on the grounds before, you realize that there's a lot of progress in terms of development. Though we are lacking infrastructure, but with the little resources that we have, we think we have progress in regards to academics, with regards to the little infrastructure that we have, though we don't have the resources, but we are pushing, and the students themselves are pushing. With this, I think if we continue, the next 5 years, this school will be a different institution. Yeah, we have learned a lot because it's not easy organizing a national program. You can see that the Deputy Minister of Health, all of them were here, the regional ministers, and very important key people found themselves on these grounds. So with this, I think it's a very great inspiration, just not for the officers on the grounds, but even to our students. So it's a great achievement, and I think with this, they have inspired us to move to another level. So it's achievement. For the past years, many of our officers mix with most of the security officers, and they admire them with their camo, and they ask so many questions. Because with this, it's a form of operational uniform, a very great achievement, and we wish for the future, this camo will be organized for all our officers and even trainees. And many of our officers are inspired. Yes, for now, is to thank the Chief Executive Officer of the National Ambulance Service. It's not easy to have such a leader who, with no resources, but always organize the little resources that he has to change the situations. If you look at even the common today, it was very tough for us to get it. But when he put a little effort, our men or institution were able to release them for this important occasion to take place. So it's a very great achievement, and we have a leader who is a mentor, and we are following him with the hope that we'll inspire to be like him.
The CEO of National Ambulance Service, Professor Ahmed Nuhu Zakaria, outlined the future for NAS and advised all graduates.
Today's ceremony has been very phenomenal. And when God has a hand in any project, it comes out excellent. Yesterday, it was showers and showers, and we're hoping that today it was going to continue. But obviously, it became evident that God just wanted to cool the atmosphere for a very wonderful passing out ceremony. So we saw yesterday's rainfall as showers of blessing. And this morning, when we started, it nearly threatened to rain. And we were very apprehensive. But at the end of the day, God, as usual, intervened. And we can confidently affirm that today's passing out is one of the best, if not the best, passing out ceremonies we have ever held since the inception of this school in 2013. If you look at it from the marching to the simulation exercise to the band, everything worked according to plan. And I must say that we are very, very proud of the recruits who are now EMTs, the instructors who have been very phenomenal in the whole exercise of their training. So all in all, it was very, very successful. Obviously, if you realize this service, if you remember, started as just a unit under a directorate, okay, when I took over. So from there, we moved it from the level of a unit to the level of a directorate and now to the level of an agency. The other reality is that the service did not have a bill, and now we have the National Ambulance Service Act. Apart from that, if you look at the number of stations in the country, we had just 7 stations in just 3 regions. And now we can boast of 297 stations across all the constituencies in Ghana. Personnel-wise, we started with just 67 personnel. Now we can boast of over 3,000 personnel. Now, if you watch, we were doing our training at the Fire Academy Training School. And now we have our own training center, as you can observe, known as the Paramedic and Emergency Care Training School. And it's not just the only one in Ghana, but it is the only one in the whole of the West African sub-region. So the service has really come so far, and we are really proud of our achievements. First of all, in terms of stations, we are hoping that every district, every sub-district should have the presence of the National Ambulance Service. So our objective is to take emergency care to the doorsteps of everyone living in Ghana, as you will have attested to in our documentary that we're trying to carry out. Apart from that, if you look at this school, our aim is to transform this school into a world-class tertiary institution where you'll be running degree courses, MSc courses, PhD courses, and paramedic programs. So that is our aim and that is our vision. And inshallah, we shall get there. Because we advocate for gender balance, we want to ensure that in every graduation, there should be a lady who is also part of the awardees. Because there have been instances where all awards were always swept by the males. And we realized that if that was the case, it was not fair. So the CEO's award is normally reserved for the best female of that particular year. So even if it was the case that the overall best, the overall best in practicals, best in academics became a male, once the CEO's awards was only meant for ladies, obviously it will give you the opportunity to have a lady in the group of the awardees. So obviously the CEO's award is exclusively for the best ladies in that particular graduating group. Oh, it was just a way of motivating the ladies so that you know that by all means, once you also put up a little effort, you will definitely get an award. And even if you are not able to compete with the men, obviously the CEO's award will be reserved for you. So that is really the rationale behind it. It's a unique opportunity I would advise them to grab because their colleagues are looking for this opportunity they cannot get. And definitely, it's also a noble profession. To become a paramedic is just next to becoming a doctor or a nurse. Because obviously, whatever the doctors do in the hospitals is what they do outside the hospital. And so they are going to be pre-hospital emergency care providers or out of hospital acute medical care specialists. So obviously, they have a lot to prove to their family and to their God and to their country because people's lives are going to depend on their actions and inactions. And so my advice is that they should take the course seriously. They should know that it's a calling and that people are going to look up to them. In terms of need, they shouldn't disappoint. And so when they go back into the various stations, they should know that they are there to save lives. And Mother Ghana will be proud of them and God will definitely reward them.